Bring it to the digs. I like the Monday digs.
Okay.
Some weekend observations.
Let's do it.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Show us something. Teach us something.
I said it once, I'll say it again. Game begins and ends on the mound. Always will, right? You're only as good as your next starting pitcher. Zac Gallen's one of the best starting pitchers in the game. Tweaked his hammy, right? At the start of this road trip, tough road trip. Cincinnati, Baltimore. Not easy to go through there. He comes back, sets the tone. Let's get into it a little bit. He set the tone for this team right out of the gate. And then yesterday, I want to start you top first. What I love about Zac Gallen, he kind of puts you to sleep with his windup. It's like this hybrid, like everybody's not really paying attention. And then, boom, 95 miles an hour, paint pellet. And what I love about him is he's got the nasty off-speed stuff, but he pitches and relies heavily on a 94 to 96 mile an hour heater that he could dot to all parts of the plate. So I wanted to give him some love. Bring up the board real quick. Most runs saved on a pitch type since the start of 2020.
And what's interesting about this is that you said he lives at 94, 95.
He like Robert, yesterday, like Gunnar Henderson, who's arguably your AL MVP right now, 3-2 leading off the bottom of the first. You know he doesn't want to walk you. You're probably 85%, probably higher, getting a heater in that count, and he still locked them up.
And he gets hot when Lovello takes him out.
Yes, he does.
I love
he wants
that.
to stay in, but Torrey said if we're going anywhere in October, he's got to be a big part.
You know what it reminded me of when Lovello took out Fott in October and he was cruising and Lovello goes, "Am I ruining baseball?" No.
We love Torrey.
We love
Dylan C. Slider, unhittable. Corbin Burns is cutter. Zac Gallen, Luis Castillo, that's surprising. He's changed his MO. When he first came up with Cincinnati, he was a sinker guy.
Yeah.
All right, that's the first thing I noticed over the weekend. Zac Gallen's one of the top pitchers in the game, and when you want to shut it down, they're about to get swept out of Baltimore. And he said, oh, no, you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what an ace does.
That's what an ace does. Someone returned to Comerica.
Yeah.
How you feeling about your...
Well, I wanted to ask you about this because after he got roughed up, talking about Justin Verlander, after he got roughed up last week against the Yankees, he said, I need more deception. I've never heard a pitcher use that verbiage. What do you think he was saying?
You know, well, obviously guys are picking up the baseball clean off of him.
Okay.
The game against the Yankees, from pitch one, it looked like in Yankee Stadium, they were on everything and he was laboring. I don't know if it's a mechanical adjustment he made, maybe trying to hide the ball a little bit, change up the repertoire. He's a tinkerer. I was not. Brian McCann, my best buddy, was a tinkerer. Different bats, different places in the box. The greats, I've come to realize,
Let's see it.
90% of them tinker with stuff, trying to get that little margin. Boom. So let's go. Let's go to Comerica, because there once upon a time. I mean,
what was facing him in his peak?
What
did it look like?
Day game Sunday in Comerica after a few oils with the boys on Saturday night. No chance of getting a hit off him. But what I loved about him is he elevated that heater 94 miles an hour, and then he could tunnel that breaking ball off of it, and he was almost unhittable yesterday. Really good. 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 8 punch outs. And oh, by the way, pause this real quick.
He was hitting leadoff yesterday. Well, Jose Altuve had the day off.
He might be your AL MVP when all the dust settles. Bring up the Verlander board. I thought this was super interesting. He always elevates the heater. Percentage of fastballs 3 feet or higher, last 3 seasons. 50% of the time he's climbing the ladder. First 3 games of 2024, more of the same.
He just lived there yesterday.
75% heater at the top of the zone. Wow. That's rare. 3rd highest percentage in a start by a pitcher this season. But who was hitting leadoff? Get back into it.
Yeah.
And I had a chance to go over to Yankee Stadium. I called the game with Costas last week, and I got a chance to talk to Kyle.
Yeah.
He talks?
Hey, I tell everyone this. When we had a text chain for the offense for Team USA, you know who started it? Kyle
No way.
Tucker. And he was the one giving like funny one-liners on it, trying to get the boys going. And you don't expect that from him. But, I mean, it looks like he rolls out of bed and just launches balls to the pull side. He is a 5-tool talent that doesn't get enough love, and he's going to get
paid.
Monster paid.
He did that off Jack Flaherty, who's been really good for the Tigers.
And he should get monster paid. He's first in MLB in homers with 13. He's fourth in slug. He's third in OPS plus. He's dominating. So that's impressive. Gordon Gekko gave his May stock picks last week.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys were paying attention.
I was. We were in the segment.
We were scrolling Instagram.
Yeah, there's a guy on the Chicago Cubs that is starting to put it together.
I like this dude a
He's
lot.
got a flair.
He's got something.
He likes the moment.
It's like a young Andrew Jones-ish swing to me. I mean, he has got power for days.
Yeah.
Elite bat speed, which Mike Petriello was on Sunday Night Baseball.
Yeah.
I love the fact that they're tracking that. Elite bat speed, they're gonna do attack angles, who swings up, who swings down. And I think it's super interesting. This guy has gone 5 homers and 13 RBIs in his last 10 games. And against Paul Skeens in a fastball count, boom, he's turning that around. He's not getting beat with 99 to a $101 in a heater count. So I think that's super impressive. We saw this come out yesterday. I'm all about this. There is multiple ways, and this will prove that there's not one way to hit.
What do you mean you're all about this?
All right, Stanton's obviously a moose and has got crazy bat speed, right? O'Neal Cruz, right up there.
Kyle Schwarber's a little surprising.
It goes to show you, it does. Christopher Morel's up there, but look at Matt Chapman. He's gotten off to a tough start. He still has elite bat speed. The one who has like the lowest bat speed is Luis Ariz, and he's won 2 batting titles. So there's different ways to attack the game.
Wow.
Okay? Stanton's a freak, though. I mean, when he swings, it's me trying to hit ball very far. But I wanted to give Chris Morel some love.
The double eye black.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's before your time.
Say it again.
That was a cartoon.
Not that much before your time.
Just easy,
I think it was a
Robert.
little bit. And then to kind of finish it off,
Right.
I went to Toronto not too long ago, and I got a chance to sit down with this guy. Super awesome conversation, very cerebral about what's going on pitcher injury-wise and how he attacks the game. And I just thought super interesting to me. He always wanted to be a starter with the New York Mets. They actually gave him a chance in 2020, and he struggled in 7 starts. Then they moved him back to the bullpen. He signed a 2-year deal with an opt-out with the Padres last year, made 26 starts, went 8-7 with a 3.56, signs with the Royals for 3 years, 45. And he has been almost unhittable for this team. I'm telling you, the Royals are a very interesting team because they have a lot of facets that you need. You see right there, they can stick this guy on the mound. They can stick Brady Singer on the mound. They can stick Michael Wacha on the mound. They can stick Cole Reagans on the mound. They have an MVP candidate in Bobby Witt. They have Sal Perez who will jump you in a heartbeat and his
Sasquatch
dance. They got Sasquatch walking in left field.
Love it.
How many pitches does Lugo have? A million?
He's
How do you
got
honor
8
them all?
pitches. His curveball is probably 5 of those. He varies his curveball. So those were the things that I noticed over the weekend besides the Atlanta Braves 14U team choking.
Oh, wow.
Would you stop?
I call space.
Oh, my
But they're
God.
young.
That's so rough.